We could start off by, if you tell me who you are, how long you've lived here, and how you came to be living here in this lovely house.
Well, I came to this country 55 years ago from Germany, and having lived on the coast part of my married life. And 10 years ago we got married, that one there. And it's been a very happy liaison. So, but we had the problem of cliff erosion. Cliffs went, our homes went, but I felt I'm going to stick it out, not going to move, because there's enough land between us and the sea. Now it's not going to be pushed out. So we're staying here.
So what's it like to live in an area where...
It's beautiful.
But to me, somebody who lives in the Midlands, where this is, completely alien to me, what's it like to... How has the area changed since you've been here? What used to be here?
A lot of houses have gone, pubs have gone, coastguards has gone, bingo halls have gone, cafe have gone, all gone over the years.
So imagine you're taking me on a walk from where the caravan site is now. We're walking up towards the sea. What would I have seen there if I was walking along?
You would have seen a row of bungalows, little wooden bungalows, all scattered along the cliff tops, right up to way past town. But they've all gone, sadly gone. People have moved into the village, but otherwise we're still here.
So you talk about cafes and things. Tell me the sort of things that people used to do when they came up here.
Go for that. Come, have a walk down the cliffs. Look at the views. Nothing much to do here. Kids can play. Mainly it's walkers on the cliff top, which is absolutely brilliant. You see a sunrise here. There's nothing finer over the cliffs. And when you walk, the sun may be up on high and you see it sink, come down bit by bit. Brilliant. There's the postcard like it. And this is the joys you have at the seaside. Change of weather, from sublime to the ridiculous, sunshine to storm. Otherwise it's fine.
So what would people have done here 30 years ago when they came here for the day? What sort of things was there for them to do?
Put a tent up with the kids, and that's about it. There's nothing much they could do, because the entertainment had gone, so you just left with the coastline and enjoy the views. Or in the summer you can get down the cliffs and do a bit of fishing, but it's difficult to get down.
Were you here when the entertainments were here?
Yes, I was, many years ago now. Oh God, that was in the 70s. But we had a bungalow across the road from here, and we're here for 17 years, and then I moved on and came back again.
So you were in a bungalow, and that bungalow
it's
disappeared?
Still there.
Oh,
no,
it's
still there, yeah. The sea has come nearer and nearer, but it's still there. The first one in there.
Right.
So it's quite amazing to live here, because if you're poorly, the sunshine and the sea air heals you. It gives you strength, and this just does you a world of good. And to go and live in a city, forget it. We can always give a sigh of relief when we get to Gansted roundabout. That, we've made it, we're out of the jungle, concrete jungle, to come back here. It's beautiful.
So what do you think the effect of all this coastal erosion has had on the community? Do you think it's made it a strong community? How do they put up with it?
There's no community up here anymore. It's only about half a dozen houses in there. The rest have vanished. So you know what we're called? We're called the cliff dwellers, because we don't belong to the village. The village has a is a world of its own, and we're a world of our own. They don't like us. No. We live a life of our own here. We live in our own little hamlets quite nicely.
And how do you feel about that?
Not bothered. Not bothered. I'm not bothered what the villagers do. I'm concerned for us round here. And that's been for many, many years. But the village and us is divided. They do not like the people living on the cliff. This is the feeling I have.
But at one time, of course, when it was a seaside resort, it would have been good for the village, wouldn't it, at one time, I thought? Would have thought.
Well, I don't know. The cliffs have always been people of their own. You know, the village was on its own, and the cliffs were on its own. The people who lived on the cliff. There is that division, and you can't put your finger on it to how it happened or what it is. It's just they don't like the cliff. People living on the cliff.
It's interesting, isn't it?
Oh, it is very interesting, I'll tell you. Very interesting. But that's how life goes.
So tell me what it's like living in... there are a lot of these lovely little bungalows along here. What do you like about living in a house?
It's very comfortable. It's warm, cosy, and it belongs to us. No one can take it off you, and we don't have any problems with neighbours or parking. It's just comfy. And I hope we're going to be here till the end of our days.
So you say you used to live here and then you moved away and then
Yeah.
you came back. So tell me about why you moved away and then why you came back.
Why I came back? My husband died. Now 10 years ago. Brian's wife died 10 years ago. And fate intervened. And I came back to Albury. Because I married a young man there. No, 81. No, there's nothing I could have done about it. It's just the way it fell.
Yeah.
And I've been very happy for the last 10 years. I think my husband has too. So we're stuck here.
It's a nice place to be stuck there, isn't it, what you say?
It's very nice. You're very, very private. Nobody bothering you at all. That's good.
So what do you think the future of the village, of maybe of Albury and the cliff people as well?
Well, the village, as I say, is a world of its own. Eventually it's going to go. In years and years to come, there'll be none of this, because the erosion is quite drastic at times. But then for years it never moves. So it's in the hands of the gods. You know. But the village eventually will also not be there. But that is in half a century on. But that's what we've been told.
So do you think...
Because the erosion has been quite drastic, this last year anyway. But nothing has moved since then. The cliffs are static. There hasn't been a bit gone down.
So do you think it might be because we've had a drier summer, maybe?
I think sometimes the gods might keeping an eye on it, keep leaving us here in peace. But nothing... further on the camp there's a piece gone, but not around here.
And do you think anything... Well, if anything could be done to stop it from happening?
No. There are all sorts of ideas what to do. Tyres, blocks. It's all too expensive, and it would be quite an area to be done. And the news was Albury and Clifftop has to go to the sea. Government will not help, so there you go. It's not the cliffs are too high to do something about it. They've tried, but it didn't work. Just didn't work. So it's left to the elements to slide away. No one's fault. It's in the hands of the elements.
It's just the way the land is, isn't it?
It's the way the land is. Yeah. In the winter it can get very wet and stormy. The sea washes from underneath, and then eventually the top will cave in. Our road here went very, very quickly. So we became landlocked, couldn't get out. And it was very, very difficult to get access from somewhere. So we had to park on the other side of the road, and then wheel out groceries along here. Difficult in the winter, but we made it. And now we've got a lovely path to walk on, so it's good. And all the difficulties we had have now been sorted out and settled. So I hope the cliffs do not move as fast, because I'm sticking here. I'm not moving from here.
And have you ever seen any of the cliff collapse? Or is it...
Oh yeah, you see it slide. You can be standing there 1 minute, next minute it slowly disappears. This little road up here just disappeared in the sea. You can see it visibly move. And that's it. And there's anyone can do about nothing. They can be doing nothing about it.
So isn't that a little bit sort of frightening when that happens?
No.
No.
We're used to living by the cliff, and we're used to seeing that happen. And it's just part of the landscape. Part of life up here.
That's the impression I get, because, as I say, for me, it's sort of a very strange thing. But everybody I've spoken to, they just say, "Well, I know, it's just what happens."
That's right. There's nothing you can do about it. If the cliffs go, and that's it. So you're open to the elements. And that's it so far. What more do you want to know?
I think you've told me everything, unless there's anything that you want to tell me that I haven't covered.
No.
That is lovely.
No. All I can tell you is how we live and the situation we've been in, and when we got landlocked, it was something else to be shouting about.
Just one question: what brought you to Aldborough in the first place? Because you said you came over
years
from Germany
ago
in 55.
from Brid. We lived in Brid, and then we had the opportunity to buy a little bungalow here. We found it just on Seaside Road. I came up here, and our business was in Hull, so it was easy access instead of from Brid. So I've been floating back and forth to this area for many years.
That's lovely. That is perfect. Thank you very much.
So there you go.
That's great. Thank you.